Patrice O'Neill in studio, Big Mama Prods on Twitter, and we've been just laughing for the last 10 minutes just talking about the Perkins waitress. I can't get enough of the Perkins waitress.
And mess.
And it's our goal now to get her on our show. Who knows the Perkins waitress? We need to get her on this radio show today.
What a trooper.
Because no one's talking to her.
Nobody.
No one
What a
gives a
trooper.
shit about her.
Everybody else is on The Insider, Extra, TMZ, and that Perkins waitress is still just going to work.
With her fucking Walmart glamour shot picture.
Just that old, she used to be she was the first girl that Dracula bit. And then he bit the younger ones, but she's still a vampire, and he's just like, blah, you're living forever, bitch. But he bit her when she was old.
Yeah.
And the poor lady, she's the ultimate, the ultimate girl that you laugh at. Like, you just...
Oh, yeah.
It's so sad. Like, everyone else is seriously taken, and you just immediately... All these pictures, tell the truth in your gut. Mm-hmm. You see all the pictures of all the girls. You're like, shit. You see her, you start laughing.
Just start laughing. What the fuck?
Can we get her picture up? Let's see if we can start laughing.
And look at you guys got this thing on the front cover.
Picture.
New York Post, Tiger's green feast. By the way, I'm a cheater. You gotta be fair. That's fucking funny. It's pretty good.
Animal humor.
I didn't even get that fucking
cheetah.
Tiger sex. Everything's the New York Post, the Inquirer. She's in the magazine. Like, she's on page 3 right after Nostradamus.
Well, you got to explain. She's the Weekly World News.
The Weekly World News.
Everyone else had, kind of some of these Us Magazine.
Oh, yeah, all the big newspapers.
All the big ones. All the big trash magazines. And the Perkins waitress got an exclusive in the Weekly World News or something.
Right after
like a Yeti sighting.
It was news of the world.
Well, no, they might have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. They had a Yeti sighting.
Right after clouds shaped like Abraham Lincoln's face.
Right after the picture of the photoshopped alien living in the swamps of fucking Alabama.
Devil's face seen in Hiroshima explosion.
And her pussy.
That one.
And then poor her. It's so sad, that poor woman.
I can't get enough of the Perkins waitress.
News of the world.
That's what just...
Flash.
I like to know who the best one was, and I would put money it was her. The best one.
You think the best?
She had to try harder, right?
He probably just did some horrible things to her. He probably did horrible things.
I told Ann, I think she goes home and has to, when I say I said, I'm trying to clean it up. I said, all right. I said that she goes home and shits out coffee. Oh, damn. I was trying not to go so harsh, but...
She calls truck drivers honey and sweetie.
All right, I got that for you, honey.
They slap her on her ass.
Yeah.
Watch yourself, Freddie.
She just turns around and goes, hey, yeah.
Where the fuck did Tiger...
They'll laugh.
He went to Perkins Diner?
No,
After what? Fucking U.S. Open?
One of the listeners figured it out. It was the broad before his LASIK eye surgery.
Yeah, he couldn't really tell she was hot.
He got his eyes done.
Dude, but where? What was he doing? Walking around touching things until he ended up in a diner? And found her with a fucking half a pot of coffee and a grilled cheese sandwich?
She goes to pull her hair and a pencil falls out.
I'm just saying.
She fucking slid a milkshake down on the end of the table. He's like...
It's a good joke is what I'm saying. That's all, Patrice. You're taking it as a real statement.
She fixes her hair like she's like Tigers out there.
Oh, look at her. That fucking she is trying to be sexy.
And help me out.
Frumpy, she is frumpy.
I got an observation, but I need your cartoon knowledge. Bugs Bunny, the hair.
The monster.
The monster in
The
Bugs...
monster, yeah.
What was the name of the monster in the Bugs Bunny cartoons? She's got the same hair. Help me out, X.
Sweetie Push.
No,
wasn't it Sweetie Push?
Gossamer was the monster, but you never really heard his name. It was just monsters make such interesting people. And he did his hair and put the dynamite in there.
And the little fucking doctor.
Yeah, the little fucking evil doctor and shit.
Yeah.
And he gave him ether and he fell asleep.
Oh,
yeah, her hair looks like the monster. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that. I think I'm starting to feel for this woman. That's just
fuck
sad.
her. And you know what? She wasn't the best. That whole fucking thing. You need some type of a sense of touch and physical fucking like hotness to get off like that, and you're sacrificing. Well, I don't care how good she sucks a dick. If you're looking at that face,
not true. Let me tell you. Over the years, I realized about both of you.
Yeah,
you're not true hunks of shit. A true hunk of shit. That woman is a blessing. That fucking woman.
Basically, what you're saying is she doesn't mind having her head in the toilet as you're banging her from behind.
She has some things that she holds. She holds a big teddy bear and just cries herself to sleep sometimes. She has 4 cats. She reads a lot.
Because she knows what she has done.
This is her big fucking chance, man. This woman, for a piece of shit guy, like a guy who just loves just to see, like for real, you looking at her, I'm just going, what does she fucking look like naked, man?
All right, let me ask you this. She's a catch for who? You know what I mean?
She's a catch for a
trucker.
No. No, she's not. She's a super catch for a trucker. I don't think she's that low that she's a catch for a trucker. She's a catch for a vice principal of a high school.
I knew you would come up with it.
Vice principal, dude. Not even the principal.
I knew Patrice would have the answer.
That's vice principal's wife.
Vice principal.
That is budding small-time entrepreneur. That is Subway franchise owner's wife.
Dude,
struggling Subway franchise.
If you're sending us in some feedback, a little name so you get credit. This guy writes, the waitress looks like a female country star from the 1970s.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
a good one too.
A Connie Francis.
You could just picture though her like laying down.
That's a hot picture. That's a hotter picture than the ones when she's trying to be hot.
She just fucking. She's just.
You come on, dude. You come on,
there's nothing
man.
going on there.
No, Danny. No. Danny's a hunk of shit. Come on, Danny. Look at that picture where she's just some normal broad. Come on, man.
It depends.
Exactly.
It would depend on the situation, I guess.
Look at that lady, man.
That situation would have to be pretty bad.
Here's a good observation. Ted in Washington. Ted.
Hey, guys. Love the show. Hey, the only reason why he hit that is because he knows that if she was the first one that came out, no one would ever believe it. He could deny it all day long.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you think I'd fuck that?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Like what Patrice was saying about her hugging the teddy bear and crying. You think when she's just getting plowed in some horrible circumstance, like 2 fucking truckers took her home and just put her on the rotisserie. She sits there and looks at her Perkins uniform with the Mindy name tag hanging up with some on the doorknob
with syrup on the uniform that
now
she just
and she's just
out.
looking, going like, what have I done with my life?
Now, what kind of diner is Perkins? Is it like a?
I haven't been to one in years.
IHOP? It's an IHOP type of thing.
It's a good food. Just good, solid, quick and easy Perkins. Diner food, kind of. Right?
And she works there.
Yeah. Pop up a Perkins. Let's see what a Perkins looks like there. Perkins Restaurant and Bakery.
Even their logo sucks.
Yeah.
Their logo's horrible.
Kendrick Perkins from the Celtics comes up.
I know, poor
let's see the outside of a Perkins.
And a plate of chicken.
All right, you're talking... It's on fire. Oh, good one, Dan. It looks like a fucking...
That was probably done by Tiger.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hoping she was trapped in there.
One of those Viking funerals we were talking about.
Oh, it's just it's
like a shithole.
Fucking shithole.
Yeah. I bet they got stupid fucking trinkets up on the walls and shit.
It would be the place to eat in, like, Des Moines, Iowa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, why don't we go to Perkins tonight?
I don't think we have listeners in Des Moines, do we yet?
Who knows?
I want to talk to this lady.
I want to talk to her so bad.
And Tiger went there to eat. The fuck was he thinking?
Some people are just probably calling that poor woman. She's probably getting the most whore out of all of them. She's getting a real whore. Like, you know, people are using the word whore on her frivolously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's unfair. I bet you she's the nicest one. I think I like her, man.
Better be.
Yeah.
I think I fucking like that old mess. I want to see what she looks like naked. If she has kids, she probably has that fucking rubber band stomach.
You're going to see all these girls naked.
C-section.
I guarantee you're going to see more than half of these broads naked in the next few months.
A lot of bad corns on her feet from standing up at Perkins all day.
Big time bunions.
Like the bad cracked heels.
Big time bunions.
Ugh.
Dirty. One knee is bad. She has a bad knee. She's getting old.
Bad knee.
She creaks a lot. Her belly button looks like an asshole.
Jesus.
Just wrinkled up.
Danny's
Her
like,
fucking nipples are pointing straight down. Straight down.
Dude, straight udders.
Danny and Flowers.
Yeah,
just old before her time, basically, right?
She tries so hard to keep her hands behind her head in bed, like all night long, just to stretch them up a little bit.
Kegel exercise
doesn't help.
Fucking BJ's, a case of alum from BJ's, just sits in that all day trying to tighten up that cooch.
You think during sex she's always reaching to her right to put the boob back up on her chest?
Yeah.
Just a mess.
Danny, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, man, this Perkins is actually within walking distance of Isleworth, and he goes there all the time. And the people that live in that area, they leave him alone when he's in there. And, you know, he goes and sits with the same waitress all the time. So it's not like, unfortunately, as much as we all like to think it's a truck stop, you know, type of place, it's not. It's in this ritzy area, and you wouldn't think a Perkins would be there, but sure enough, it's there, and that's where he met her. And he's been going there ever since he moved there.
Wow.
So, you know, it's a little different. I think that other caller was
I think I like Tiger now. I never wanted to hang out with him, man.
Let's look at a Perkins menu. Because maybe I got the wrong restaurant. Someone else is saying it's like a Denny's. Yeah, Perkins, Denny's.
It looked like a TGI Fridays, only smaller or some shit.
Maybe
eggs, bacon, and pancakes. How good can it be?
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong restaurant. I thought I ate at Perkins when I was living in Buffalo and had no money. After the bars closed. Yeah, we're
Danny got the menu. Oh, Jesus. Let me see, Danny.
There we go. Look at these bad fucking. Look at this bad, bold, bountiful Benedicts.
I love that. They give you a tiny plate of
Benedict.
fruit to make it look like you're eating something healthy.
Celebrate the holidays with Perkins Bake Shop.
Or
new
it's just
honey
normal
ham.
shit.
It's it's a lot of fried, a lot of cheese, a lot of fucking processed food.
onion rings.
There's your hot cakes.
They make your pancakes to look like
Oh, good. Your kids' pancakes are a fucking copyright infringement
And
from
new.
Disney. They look like Mickey.
Order your holiday feast online through Perkins.
right.
Really?
Let's do that.
Really?
Give me some Perkins.
Can we call the Perkins that you used to work at?
We did that already.
Oh, really?
did you?
What happened? They weren't happy with us?
We were angrily hung up on.
Oh, really? You think there's...
Can we call him one more time? Can I just ask, where that old Tiger Woods bitch? I want to meet her. Let me just get on the phone and just say that.
I want to meet her. She is fucking...
Let me just, can we call him? Can we call him?
They never agree to be on the air.
Yeah, we'll give her another try, but Mitch has a great one. Mitch in White Plains, go ahead.
Hey, I've eaten at Perkins when I go out to the Poconos. It's basically a Friendlies with tablecloths.
It's an upscale Friendlies?
Yeah, you get a fribble.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to Juan in Indiana. Juan?
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
man.
Perkins is known for their muffins, man. They serve them up nice and like warm and shit, and they put butter on it.
Oh,
They're badass when you're drunk.
As opposed to what place that doesn't have hot muffins with butter, you fucking low-life cocksucker?
Hey, why are you going after the guy?
I'm just mad that he would say that shit.
He just enjoys a good Perkins muffin.
They're known for fucking baking their muffins. As opposed to what, just the batter? You motherfucker with no butter?
They're known for their crispy bacon.
You don't go anywhere and they don't get butter and hot muffins, you cocksucker!
Anywhere you go, they got that.
He was offended because he goes to Perkins every night.
They're known for that.
They're known for what?
Hold on, someone very upset with us. Trucker Bill in Georgia. Trucker Bill.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You're making fun of her like she's just a common waitress. She's a manager.
You know the managers have to wait tables, too.
Perkins.
Yeah, right on. And we go to Rich in Georgia. Rich.
Hey, guys, y'all are forgetting, I guarantee you, like y'all's buddy Evan says, she definitely licks the crack.
She licks the crack, right?
Yeah, she'd have to
She
dig
did
in
some
there.
dirty stuff, right?
She's done it, but she doesn't do it unless you approach it as if it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Like you don't expect, if you do anything expected of what she knows she looks like, she'll turn on you like a fucking, and you have to kiss her.
You got to think it's only going to be like, you got to present it like it's only going to be a lady coming into this room to have a nice sexual encounter. Sure. If you go in there thinking, all right, I'm going to put your head in the toilet, I'm going to fuck you in the asshole.
Listen, let me tell you something. Here's how you get her on her good side. Have Perel. You put some Perel on your hands, and you go, excuse me, I just have to freshen up. If you say but if you just if you pull your dick and balls through the chute of your boxers, if you leave any clothes on at all, socks, shoes, if you fuck her with some socks and Timberlands on through your dick hole or your shorts, she's not having it, because that's what you expect out of her.
Oh God!
And you have to expect that she stays all night.
You can't kick her out.
No fucking way do you kick her out of the house.
She, I bet you.
Perkins?
No, that's Tiger's mansion, right?
No, that looks like
The Perkins is somewhere around here. I think it's like in like a shopping center.
Rutgers.
You think Tiger picked his broads depending on how well he was doing?
No. What do you mean?
Like he misses the cut, so then he goes after the Perkins waitress.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like a little self-fucking...
That's a little take.
I don't deserve a really...
Self-abuse.
I mean, don't you jerk off to porn depending on how you feel? Like, when I'm feeling really, really good, I jerk off to really, really beautiful women.
Yeah.
When I'm not feeling like I'm at the top notch, I jerk off to lesser. And it becomes more and more just hoary.
I've never noticed that. Like, I've never noticed any difference in what
you never like, where you go, like, sometimes if it's just beautiful, 22-year-old porn doing their thing, you go, I don't feel like I'm relating to this. Like, I like to jerk off the porn that I relate to at the time.
But that's always for me. I'll never look at something like fucking, one of these plastic bubble-titted fucking penthouse-looking shit. It's always got to be a real girl,
Right, to make you feel, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I think like Opie, I think that's a fucking interesting question, man. I mean, because for Tiger to fuck her, like if there's a mentality to it. Yeah. I think he's just a hunk of shit. I like him, man. I just think he's a fucking...
he's garbage.
And I say that with all due respect.
Yeah.
Like, that motherfucker loves pussy, man.
But if he's winning the British Open or the U.S. Open, he treats himself to some fine ass.
He ain't no homo. That's what, like, some motherfuckers are trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
That motherfucker ain't no homo, man. He's fucks. That guy loves pussy, man.
He certainly seems to, that's for sure.
And he had 2 kids quick with his wife. He loves nothing in him. He has no discretion with that giant dick. Yeah. He don't give a fuck, man.
The latest, that Rachel broad, she's getting tested for STDs because now she's pissed off that Tiger
fucked all the other chicks.
Fucked all the other chicks with no bag, and now that there's 2 porn stars in the mix, she's like,
what the fuck did she think? Oh my God.
But then again, they're all trying to keep their attention going, so that's the latest. That's how Rachel got attention today. She said she's getting some fucking testing done today.
If she comes up with a fucking, oh man, if one of these bitches comes up with a bad one.
Dude, they're starting to talk possibly love child out there.
Chlamydia.
You know what? And
love child. Playgirl saying, look, they got pictures they think is Tiger's wang. So that might come out.
What you said yesterday?
Which one?
I rethought it. Is the O.J. Simpson thing?
This is
as big for what it is. As OJ.
For what it is.
Yes.
All right, let me think about
it. It is, because from where he was to where he is he didn't just get caught cheating and it's just this one love triangle
called
thing.
like a Letterman or whatever. We've seen a lot of these stories come out.
Bought her a ring.
One and done type of thing. This is a whole involved.
He's a maniac. And the only way he can get out of this is just to say, and not even say this. And let me tell you this angle that is making me sick.
Dude, I think the public is savvy, too. He can't just go on an Oprah and go, I have a problem.
I have a problem.
Because I think the public is way too savvy, and they're going to be like, you're fucking saying this shit to try to get your image back.
You're
Bullshit.
a piece of shit.
Stop.
Bullshit.
Stop with the fucking I'm an addict. Nigga.
Yeah. That ain't going to work. No.
I can't stop breathing air. And I need help. He loves fucking. He needs to just come out and go, look, man, I don't really have an apology. The only thing I'm sorry for, I got caught. I didn't want to hurt my wife. But, man, I love fucking, dude. I'm Tiger Woods. Wouldn't you fuck if you was if you was Fred Woods?
Fred Woods, the mechanic.
That knew me. I know niggas. Look, I know motherfuckers that get pussy because they know me. If I shake your motherfucking hand, I'm Tiger Woods, and I'm walking up the street, and the motherfucker, right, is Tiger's in the Village.
Yeah.
Right downtown, and I'm in the Village, and I go, what's up, T? He go, Patrice, man, well, how you doing, motherfucker? Give me a big handshake, get in his limo, drive off. I get pussy. Tiger he can get you success by just saying, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah.
How can you fight that shit, man? You don't expect that he gets pussy and loves it, and he has a big-ass dick to boot?
Yeah. The OJ,
we exist
for what
for
it
pussy.
is thing.
Men exist. When the only time, I'm telling you, I like staying busy so I don't think about pussy. Like, when I have to get gas in my truck, from the time I go, ooh, I need gas, to the time I go get gas, I go, that's time. I don't have to think about pussy. It's always on your mind.
It's downtime in between pussy.
Yes! That's all we're here for.
And
why you got a nice truck and a nice house for you? No!
That's not, no.
You can live in a fucking, you can live in a one-bedroom nice house.
Now let's think of why you do things like that.
Yeah, but
part of it is
when I was living with like a college kid with no money, I did just fine. So,
yep, just fine.
No, I mean
for pussy, but you made your bed up.
Hell, fucking no, I didn't.
You washed your dishes.
No, I didn't.
You had your own place.
Yeah.
Good enough for college. Fuck it.
Oh, well, I mean, in college you always have roommates. No, I didn't have my own place.
But you had a place you could take the bitch?
Yes.
Okay. And the standard...
I had fucking dishes that grew shit on them.
But the standard is different, though. College girls are different from grown-ass women. As a Renaissance man, you have a pool for you. That's great.
Yeah.
But that pool for real? For just you? No.
Patrice, I have to disagree a little bit. I didn't have to buy shit to get pussy.
No, I'm not saying...
And I didn't have to have nice things.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to.
Right.
I'm saying men do these things for the flash and the peacocks thing. Why not drive...
thing?
Why not drive a shitty car?
I did for many years.
But you didn't when you didn't have to.
Right, because I fucking wanted a car that had heat.
Will you fucking stop, motherfucker?
No,
Will you fucking stop this horse shit?
There is another side to
You wanted a car with heat? A Prius
I had a
heat,
shitty
nigga.
fucking car.
Drive
I had
a Prius.
no fucking money.
Drive a Charger. You would never do that.
Norton
drives a nice BMW. You think because it has heat? Why would you say that shit?
Huh?
Why would you say that?
I'm being honest.
It's all...
I never thought that I need to buy all sorts of nice shit to get pussy. I'm being completely honest with you, Patrice.
Wait a minute. You're not with me on the fact that you need to do those things to get pussy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what we do we're inclined to do certain things for pussy, not to get it, but just that pussy
to make you
us.
More attractive than the other guy that doesn't have that shit.
In general.
Right.
I just didn't live that way. For real. I'm sorry that I don't agree with you on this one.
You do. You're just fucking being difficult.
No, I'm not.
You being difficult. To say that, hey, man, I wanted a nice car for you. It's an instinct.
I didn't. Well, then I can't argue if it's an instinct.
Yes.
But that's not what I was thinking when I'm walking around looking for a car.
Let me ask you
First of all, the car thing sucks, too, because I just was never a car guy.
Do you think being you helped in the past?
What do you mean?
Being You think being Opie helped in the woman department? You would have got pussy as Gregory, but don't you think Opie helps?
I've been an Opie since I was 12 years old, but I was doing fine for myself before I had any type of fame.
I mean, Ope, the fucking radio guy. I'm not saying you couldn't have got pussy because of that, but don't you think being Ope...
Dude, I swear to you, not much of a difference. And that is my God-honest answer.
God, I wish I had some
hot
swear coffee. So
I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
I'm not saying you needed to be that for... I'm saying being...
Did it help?
Being what you are, some of it...
Not noticeably.
None of anything has to do with girls. Ever. None of it.
Right.
None of the radio. No cars, no nice houses, no nice shoes, no nice haircuts had anything to do with a bitch.
I still don't have nice... Look at my shitty shoes.
Because you're a fucking millionaire guy who... It's cool to be... White guys think it's cool to act bummy.
Oh, my God. But this is just me.
I didn't say
I'm dressed in the same way that I did before I got money. I don't know. I'm being honest with you.
I'm trying to think of what I wish my superpower was right now.
No, Patrice, stop him. Patrice, I lived in a shitty... Hold on a minute. I lived in a shitty apartment until 2 years ago. I was making a lot of money, and I was still living among mice and cockroaches. It was stupid on my part, but I didn't give it a thought. I liked where I live. I liked the location. I just stayed there.
We are... Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it right, because I'm not saying you're doing it for... There's things you do... You eat at nice restaurants. It just makes you a better man.
It's basic human nature to want to be or have, if you can, things that are a little better than somebody that doesn't have the means to just... For comfort, for this and that, or for pussy, it's in there too. But it's like, okay, why did you get a place where you live, and not just some fucking? Why didn't you stay in your apartment, or get an apartment that didn't have rats? And
I
shit?
realized it was time to fucking grow up finally.
Well,
and the place was falling apart with floods
I understand.
and mice and cockroaches.
Why not get a place that was a lot cheaper than where you're living?
I could have gotten a place that's a lot more expensive too. I don't know. I looked at places, and this is the one I liked. I liked the fucking view. That's it. I bought this stupid place for the view.
Because you know what? Ultimately,
dude,
the view means something as a guy.
I only bought a brand new car last February, because there's a lot of people saying I'm full of shit. I had the same car for 7 years, and my wife, she was my wife at the time, is sitting in a seat where she doesn't get her own fucking heat.
Here's what you're missing.
And then finally, after the fourth flat tire in a month, I'm like, you know what? I think I got to get a new car.
You're missing the context. That's what's going on. The context. We're missing something. But because you're defending.
There's a link here.
Yes, there's something missing because you're saying something that that doesn't matter.
I'm just proud that I was able to do fine for myself without all that money shit. That's all I'm saying.
But fuck the before the shit money shit.
Right.
Like, we all had to work a little harder for whatever we got, especially as far as, girls go.
Right.
Back then, we just did. You know something? Ask me, and some people are saying, ask Anthony that question. Sure, I had to work a little harder as a tin knocker than I did as Anthony the radio guy.
When I walked into your house, here's what dudes think. Walking into your house, walking into Opie's, I've never been to Opie's house. Day I go there, walk into this house, here's the thing you think of as a dude. You go, and I got a decent house. Mm-hmm. You walk in, you go, God damn, boy. Even if you're married and kids, you go to pussy in this motherfucker. You just picture some 25-year-old goofball coming in going, oh, and you go, right, you like that? You like that status, baby girl? You like it? Look at that. Go up them stairs. Hey, matter of fact, hey, check this out.
Check out the heated floor.
Check this out. Let me tell you.
Go up them stairs.
My girl came a long way, period, but we've come a long way together. When I bought my new place, you know what she almost cried about? My sink came on, and it was one of those fucking faucets that pull off and to rinse the dishes.
To rinse the dishes.
She goes, does it pull? Oh my God. You go, that's right, bitch. I got me pull that motherfucker, and water comes out the refrigerator, bitch. Like, bitches love that shit.
Yeah.
And it's not for the bitch.
No. It's like,
we're missing the context, man.
Yeah, because I could say the same thing. I didn't go looking for a house to go, where is my bitch magnet house?
Right. Yes.
But when you have the house and have this and that, it's like, it would make it a lot easier, to go, why don't you come on over and stuff and hang out, and then you're hanging out in that house and not in my shitty fucking apartment.
And you do it for guys, too, because when you got guys that come over, people you respect, that shake your hand and go, man, this is beautiful house.
There's a pride thing.
There's a pride. It's an everything thing.
And it's a very primal old male thing. That goes way back. So I have better cave paintings on my walls than you do, motherfucker.
And you just looking around, and I'm like, but you just go, dude, I have to say, this is a beautiful. When I told you when I came to your crib, I'm just going, this is what an asshole, you get like this because it's dudes. How come you didn't put, like I said, how come you didn't put, I go, why would I fucking say, why didn't you put crown molding?
And I'm like, there is crown molding up there, Patrice.
What the fuck is wrong with me? But that's my way of going, Patrice, inferior, insecure Patrice. Oh, good, a crack on his wall. Why would I fucking do that? Because it's just so
good, a crack.
Good. God damn. Anthony had a roach. Good. Oh, God.
Well, you got the phones lit. We'll start from the top and go to the bottom, I guess. Let's say hi to Mike in Boston. Mikey.
Hey.
Hey.
Boys, here's the problem, right? Patrice, what you don't understand, Gregory is a beautiful man.
Well, thank you.
He doesn't have to work that hard.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
That's how it is.
I don't know.
I'm not. No homo.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Brian in North Carolina. Brian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Oh, I think it goes back to your childhood, and I can relate to this because my mom used to bring home no-frills food from the supermarket, and I almost feel guilty, like, having stuff that was better than my parents were able to give me, even though I know I can afford it.
I have a lot of guilt as far as the amount of money I make now, just because of where I came from, and I'm not doing trust me, I'm not. But it explains myself a little better, and this is, I think, where Ant and I can completely agree with. When I was growing up, I lived in Centerport, Long Island, which is kind of almost upper middle class neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And I was going to school with kids that always had the latest shit, the latest haircuts, the fucking brand new cars when they turned 16, 17, whatever the driving age was back then. And so you figured a way around that to compete with these guys to get the girls.
I totally relate to that. It's like you can only bring your lunch to school so many times with a concrete bag before you realize you need something a little bit better.
I mean, my parents, until I started making my own money, I mean, one pair of sneakers a year, one fucking haircut a year. I had a lot of white boxes in my house because it was all the no-frill shit. And then you go to school and someone's driving in a brand new Beamer, because he turned 16 or 17 years old. It was hard to compete against that, so you had to figure out all this shit.
But I grew up in Wantagh. I can totally relate to
that. Maybe this analogy helps. I'm trying to figure out how I can just...
I hear what you're saying. I just don't agree with it.
Oh, okay.
I only bought a brand new car. It's not even a year old. I had my last car for 7 years.
Look, you're a good-looking
dude. So I
dude.
wasn't thinking like, I better get a car to keep my status up and keep my,
You're a good-looking dude. You don't know. Matter of fact, here's what I learned over the years. Women ain't us. So, for real, like I said, I've said it many times, if I was my girlfriend, I wouldn't give me pussy if I was her.
Right.
But I'm thinking as a dude. What I'm saying is when, as a man, like what fame is for a man.
So you don't feel like you could get pussy unless you had like some good shit around? No. So that's insecurity.
No.
You weren't getting pussy when you had nothing.
Absolutely.
What kind of pussy? Ugly pussy? Good pussy.
Once I realized, as a guy, that women like you for other reasons, because insecurity, yes, physically, I'm not fucking that guy.
Right.
You know? But once I realized that you can talk your way into pussy, that's when pussy problems stop for me.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, as a man, okay, stuff is our pussy. Money is our pussy. Meaning, we're not going to feel like what it has.
I think you found the missing link.
To have pussy, like, being a celebrity, right? And I'm not saying me, I'm saying you, like Jamie Foxx or somebody like that.
Sure. Right.
His fame just keeps him even with a strange pussy. Look at the confidence these bitches have with Tiger Woods because they have a pussy. Tiger is a fucking corporation. He's like GMC. But only being that gives him the same level as them. It keeps them even.
Right,
That's why he's getting these hot girls. Because Tiger's a good-looking dude, but he ain't fucking a stunning-looking motherfucker. No homo. He's a goof for a black and Asian mix. Not a exotically stunning guy. Goofy eyes, going bald, kind of fucking whatever.
Got a weird balding pattern going on.
That's just a weird looking little kid.
Noticed that.
But he's a motherfucker in life. So status and money, that's just.
All right, we got it. Let's go to Cody in Indiana. Cody.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey.
I've got proof that you guys, we as men buy shit for pussy. Anthony, am I right? You had a fur coat when you were a kid.
You asshole. My mother bought me that, and I didn't want to wear it. Because Joe Namath wears it. Joe Namath has one just like this. Yeah, Joe Namath is the quarterback of the Jets, and I'm the fucking kid that's going to get my ass handed to me if I go to school in a fur coat, Mom. You dummy. You didn't get it. Holy shit. Oh, did I
How do
get...
you think Letterman's getting 21-year-old twat? He's 9 million years old, man.
Perfect example. Yeah.
And he probably could without it.
Yeah.
He could be the Dos Caggies beer guy and fucking just talk.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But he's, you know.
All right.
I'm not saying you need these things to get pussy. But if women were like men, you would.
Yeah.
You would. But they're not like us.
You've taught us that. All right, want to take a break? I mean, the phones are lit. They're all making the same point. I mean, you want to keep going, or?
Yeah, they really are. They want to yap about this.
Let's go to Jeff in Rochester. Jeff.
Yeah, hey, Patrice, as much as I think you're funny, you got this all fucked up. My wife bought the house. I don't pay for shit, and I love it, and she's fucking horny.
No, well, that's not I never said that that's a bad thing. Where am I, like, disagreeing with you? That's fair.
Where the guy has to buy, you buy the guy. Fuck that, I don't buy nothing. She even buys my beer for her.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, at the end of the day, my friend, you in a bad spot. Don't ever forget that. Don't be that proud to be a kept man, because I'm going to tell you, this to trickle down. Listen to this. I'm going to try to help you out here. What you're saying is that you have a queen, okay? But you're not a king. You're just the queen's husband. You're not the top. You're not. Wait a minute. You're not as high as you could be for yourself. Never forget that. And when shit hits the fan, she's gonna hold every single thing, even that fucking Miller Lite she bought you, over your head, and you're gonna be stuck. I'm just saying, be careful.
Later.
All right.
Wow, this guy's getting it wrong. I mean, actually, well, let this guy say what he wants. Will in Maryland. What's up, Will?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, man.
I just wanted to call in and call some bullshit on Ant. Look, man, I didn't know you didn't go out to Long Island and purchase that enormous daycare center, not thinking you weren't going to get any pussy, man.
Daycare center.
You asshole. Nah. You know what? I
understand, by the way, there are women out there that will, fuck you because you have money and fame. I'm not stupid. I understand that, Patrice.
First and foremost,
this is going to take months for us to talk on the phone off air. For me, I'm not making myself clear.
Okay, here it is.
I'm just not.
Here it is. First and foremost, I got my house pretty much for like, wow, look what I'm able to get.
Yes.
Now. But then there's the perks of having that. Secondly, about being, Opie and Anthony being out, if that helped or helps or whatever. When we were doing bar gigs, and we had an in to talk to those fucking Kahlua girls and the Budweiser girls and shit, because they're doing a gig too. Now you can walk. Now I'm not Joe Schmo at the bar having to compete with fucking every other guy for these girls' attention. I'm the guy with the mic. I can walk up to these girls and go, hey, man, you want to do a shot? You want to do it? Without feeling like the awkward, I got to walk up there guy. So it did help. Abso-fucking-lutely. It helped getting into a certain situation.
Makes it easier, but when you weren't Anthony from Opie and Anthony, you did well, too, because you adapted.
Right, but not even talking about that.
You adapt to what you have.
That doesn't matter. Let's say we're talking about...
we're not far off here. I get it to a point.
We're talking about the Renaissance period, and you're talking about prehistoric times. Fuck prehistoric times. We understand. We were all able, due to our fucked up minds and bad fucking
whatever we had going on,
and whatever crosses we had to bear, had to step up more in order to get girls. But once we crossed over that little line and got some radio fame up in Massachusetts, shit like that, it was easier to go into a bar as Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show than it would have been to just walk into a bar as Anthony Tinnot.
And can I piggyback on this and say that's what fame is for a guy. It's self-motivating, but what it does is the thing that makes women have on the meeting is that when you say hello to a bitch as a strange man in the street, she's like, ugh.
Ew, what is this creep doing?
But if I come in and she knows me, and all that does, it doesn't help me fuck her.
She goes, oh, I know he's a creep.
But I know him. It just keeps me from having to fucking do now she can just listen to me. That's all it is. It's just to make her listen to me. And once she listens to you, look, you could be famous all day long and you say some shit like, I like you. Like, did fucking Clark Gable just go, like, if Clark's like, hey, honey, and she's like, oh my God, then it's like, wow. But I'm missing something. I think you understand what I'm saying.
I get you. I know.
I just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out.
Let me say hi to Drew in Nashville. Drew.
Hey, morning, fellas. I just wanted to quote Dave Chappelle. I think he sums it up perfectly when he says, if a man could fuck a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house.
See? He knows.
Wow. I mean, you want to keep going or what?
And the sad thing and why this is so fucked up, this whole Tiger thing and all it, is because this conversation right here, women don't do this kind of thinking because they got a pussy. They don't think, like, they don't have these talks. These talks are important for men because we're behind in pussy. It don't matter. It just...
We got to make it up in other ways.
We think a lot about pussy. Look at this shit. This is all about pussy. Whether buying a house is getting it or not. That's thinking about pussy.
The term Patrice is thinking of is called peacocking. I get all that.
Peacocking.
I get all that. Do you get a quality broad because of your money, though?
Yeah.
Or do you get shallow broads?
You get... I think you make your broad what it is. You can find a shallow broad, and then she could still love you because she's a broad. That's
I don't want to start with a shallow broad and make her into something.
And make her
either.
deep. You want to start with a deep broad? I don't know if there's any deep ones.
There's difference too between if you're looking for a fucking girlfriend in a relationship or you're looking for fucking.
Right. Of course.
That's a huge difference.
Of course.
Oh my! Hey, I got a text.
Oh, okay.
Quote from 50 Cent. He's selling all his jewelry. 50 Cent said, I don't need jewelry anymore because my face is my jewelry now.
Damn, that's a good quote.
That's it.
That's a good quote.
That's from my girl. She's she's
Wow, that's some fucking quote.
He just said, I don't need this shine. I don't need things.
Look at me. Here it is.
I am the shine.
Look, it's fitty. It's fitty.
It's very real.
Let's go to Anthony on Long Island.
Ooh. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Opie, if you look at it this way, it's not what you have or what you look like, but the mere fact of who you are as a celebrity is going to help you get the pussy. Even as these broke celebrities nowadays, they probably can still get pussy because of who they are and not what they have.
Yeah, shallow broads.
Who cares? Pussy.
No, I get that part of it. If you're just going for pussy because pussy's pussy, I get that. But if you're looking for something a little deeper or more, more meaningful, you know, it's not gonna be with a shallow broad.
But you're being presumptuous.
I had my share of shallow broads.
But what makes a shallow broad? Just because she wants money, you want pussy. It's the same shit. Let me explain something. The difference to a guy, girl, in terms of this. If men, and this is the thing of men understanding, we don't have anything that makes us walk down the street except for money. That if a woman goes, "Hi, Greg," or "Hi, Anthony," where you go, "That bitch, all she wants is this." Same with women. When a guy goes, "Hi, miss," she's like, "Oh my God, he's trying to fuck me." Now, here's the difference what I think a guy would do and a woman would do if we had, let's say, God said every day we got $10,000 in our pocket. Every day. It's just, we'll never be without $10,000.
Like girls have a pussy.
Yes.
We have $10,000.
Here's the difference.
Okay.
A woman goes, "Hi." You might, as a man, be thinking to yourself, you know what? This bitch is after my money. But here's what it is. I'm going to give it to her because I got it every day anyway, but I'm going to show her I'm better than this 10 motherfucking thousand. I'm going to give this shit to the bitch. She can be as shallow as she wants, but I'm better than this money in my pocket. That's what women don't do. They don't go, "Here's the pussy, nigga. I need to find out if you can fuck anyway, so I'm going to fuck you now." But they try to get what we built through pussy. We have what we built. But we're not trying to get pussy through it. We just love having it.
Just have it, but
that's not our makeup.
Right.
That's not our makeup. And dick's important. That's the fucking thing. This is motherfuckers don't understand this. It's not about, I don't know.
All right. No, you're making your point. There's other people making the point for the other side. That's all. It's a nice open discussion happening right here. Jimmy in Staten Island. Jimmy.
Yo, good morning, boys.
Hey.
I'm with my wife. It'll be 10 years on the 19th. Okay? I know what I have. She may drive me up a fucking wall. I want to cave her fucking skull in. But you want to know what? I know she's not a chickenhead fucking skag shallow bitch. A lot of these girls today, okay? Like, look at fucking Tiger, not poor Tiger Woods. Look at Tiger Woods. They go and got fucking agendas. That bitch saved emails, saved fucking voicemails, and text and shit. Why? Because she was looking for the paycheck. You can't even go to a hooah no more.
You can't even go to a hooah no more.
They're saving everything.
And having a loving, good old lady is a beautiful thing, man. It really is. It's just a good thing. I trust my girl. But this has nothing to do with that.
No, that has
nothing to do with it.
Absolutely
I understand the basics of what you're saying, Patrice. I really do. I do.
Merry Christmas, guys.
All right. Let me say hi to James the trucker. James.
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
I was going to say in agreement with Patrice to a degree. Y'all know somebody that's one of the biggest, most egotistical, filthy rich, motherfucking ugly ass, dentures on the bedside, no talent having motherfuckers with money. Who's got a semi-good looking woman because he's got money.
Yep. That's his pussy.
Whose?
He's just being in general. He's saying in general.
Oh, you're just talking in general?
In general.
Who are you talking about, James?
The guy down the hall.
Oh, Jesus.
Not Steve, but the asshole with the long hair. The one the company spent $500 million on.
Still don't know who you're talking about, sir. I have no idea.
Okay.
By the way, as you do your internet shit today, you're going to see that Howard is saying that he's not going to re-sign. That old gag. It's negotiation bullshit that's going on.
Get his fans to get
that old gag. Shut up. He's re-signing. Don't figure it out. Thank you, James.
All right. Okay.
You want to move on to other things?
Yeah, it's fine by me. I get it.
I got it.
And you guys, by the way, you guys had me watch fucking Lawman. You didn't tell me to watch it.
Lawman.
It just
I know.
came on, by the way.
And you got to watch him.
So why don't we talk about Lawman next?
Wow.
Out of his fucking mind, that guy.
But also, we got the conspiracy clips that Ann was talking about earlier.
Oh, good. Yeah, I want to hear
which one do you want to do?
Oh, God damn.
At this point, we do have to take a break then.
Jesse.
We still have an hour. We'll squeeze both of them in.
Yeah,
Patrice
please.
O'Neill, Big Mama Prods on Twitter. We'll take a quick break. Opie and Anthony with Patrice O'Neill. We got Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura. And we got Lawman.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. The fucking Jesse stuff's really good, Patrice.
We kind of
Let's
talked
fucking
about...
do. You know I love conspiracy theories.
We're doing both.
All right, we'll do both.
But
Give a shit. Cut
yeah,
out
we could do
Lawman,
both.
because Lawman should be cut out. That son of a bitch.
He's fantastic.
Oh, is it great?
Jesse is a complete ass. Talked about him a little this morning when we first got on. Watched the show last night. I guess it's the second show that he's done so far. The first one was on HARP, a big electronic antenna in Alaska. And, mind-controlling device. And last night was 9/11. And his whole take on 9/11 just makes you want to, I swear to God, it makes you want to kick your fucking TV.
What? Why would the government want mind control when they have taxes already?
Yeah.
That keeps everyone in line.
Keeps everyone.
No one has time to try to get an uprising or anything going.
Well,
and I said, why don't he use? Why would they not use the HARP system that he said last week?
Right.
To keep everyone's mind in control about 9/11.
Right.
You know, kind of.
Right.
Cross conspiracies.
how deep is the mind control thing, though? Is it like, master?
The way he talked about it. Oh, it'll just fuck you up.
It caused the tsunami that killed, what?
Yeah, it caused
a couple 100,000 people.
It can do that. It could shoot things out of from outer space.
Weather
it
shit.
does everything. Does everything. Cuts your lawn.
Some of this stuff might be true.
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Jesse's an ass.
Well, the 9/11 stuff is great, and we started our show talking about this. You want to start with the narrator? You said the narrator is good at?
Yeah, the narrator is great. He talks about
Bill Curtis?
Jesse like, he calls him the governor. And says that when he's going into these situations and describes and makes it sound so important, and it's just some fucking fat old wrestler walking around trying to get attention.
This is Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
Don't call fucking Jesse a fat old wrestler.
He is
a goddamn governor.
He was.
I'll
buy it for the president. Where you have
and
to
he
call
was a
the president.
great wrestler, by the way, and the best mic wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
he was
he
a
that
great,
good?
So
great color commentator.
Let's not fucking.
I remember the
belittle my friend.
People, you
he's
can
lost
take
a
people's
He's
past.
lost a couple steps.
You can take people's
He's an
past.
old motherfucker.
And then now
he's getting old, and and there's some people who shouldn't be in charge of enlightening people.
Yeah,
I love Jesse.
He's one of them.
But he shouldn't be in charge. Watch out, motherfuckers! The world Nostradamus 2012 is gonna. It's like it's too. You need somebody a little more subtle with a little more wit to fucking inform you that the end of the world is coming.
I'm a Navy SEAL.
Dr. Michio Kaku explained the whole 2012
Oh my
thing.
God! Look at Jesse.
Yeah,
this is old school Jesse.
Oh, he's a great
Fleetwood Mac. I've been partying with REO Speedwagon. I've even arm wrestled the werewolf of London, Warren Zevon. I am the hottest thing in professional wrestling. I am the baddest dude that walks the streets today, Chump Hogan. And you think about that, Chump, because you could not beat me. You could not even beat Sylvester Stallone in the movie Rocky III. It was a draw. I'd have squashed that peanut in 30 seconds. Check it out. I get more beautiful looking every day. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
Jesse was great on the mic, man.
Sad part is Hulk Hogan is still wrestling.
I know.
That's what's sad about these clips.
Dude, how sick is that? Hulk is still fucking wrestling.
And look at Thunder Lips. That's when he was Thunder Lips in the flesh, baby.
Yeah.
Why would he turn his back on Jesse Ventura? That's not smart in a wrestling ring.
Hulk, you know it's gonna happen.
Nah, we can't watch our wrestling fucking matches. I want to hear him talk more.
I'm telling you, Jesse he's in the top 5. Ric Flair, Jesse, The Rock, Stone Cold, and I don't know who else. There's one more, but there it is.
Wait, top
Dusty
5?
Rhodes. Top 5 mics.
Oh, Jesus, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, not in any order. Dusty Rhodes, The Rock, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, Jesse the Body Ventura. I put those up against any guys you got on the mic.
Here's a little more
Genius.
Jesse.
All right, hit it.
This is old school Jesse.
Like you in recent weeks? I hear them all. Everybody wants to know Jesse the Body's private life because they know, Mean Gene, that I date and take out some of the most beautiful women in the world.
I've heard that.
They go for my hair.
The hair.
The hair. That's what they like.
Could I impose upon you to turn around if our cameraman could get a shot of this? Where in the world would one man in the street go, or a woman for that matter, to get one's hair done such as yours?
Opal's Glamorama.
Opal Gardner.
Opal Gardner, Pine Valley. But now let me say something else,
His arms
Eugene.
are a lot
I noticed
smaller.
something when I come out here right now. Your pants leg is wet. Now you know what that tells me? That tells me that in the short past, you've done had one Maurice Mad Dog Vachon out here, haven't you? The animal himself.
Well, the animal George Steele is something else.
Was
Mad
great,
Dog.
He ruled.
Oh, Mean Gene.
Genius.
ruled.
Genius.
He was
The
great.
way he looked, he made the faces all intimidated or sarcastic.
Genius.
Mean Gene ruled.
All right, why don't we get into the Jesse?
God, Jesse the body, man.
So now we
And
fast
we'll
forward to
see.
last night.
Fast forward to last night.
The
his
conspiracy
9/11
show on-
conspiracy.
on-
Where he's a fucking babbling old
He's
man
just
now.
an ass.
Oh, no.
Pew?
Yeah, right?
What?
Few?
Only everybody.
Everybody.
Only few have wondered if there's UFOs. Just a couple. Me and 6 other people.
And I'm
Holy
like, I was freaking out at the TV. I'm just yelling at the TV, talking about the black box recorders when nothing was left in that pile except I-beams. There were fucking steel was left, some I-beams. Everything else was just completely pulverized. Like I said, they didn't find chairs, desks, things like that, computer equipment, safes. Like there were safes in there. Pulverized.
You could pulverize a safe?
Yes.
This is
the intense heat and everything. And
here's
everything.
the issue. It's just like, it's Republican and Democrat. It's like, none of us, we're only going by something that somebody else fucking investigated.
I understand that.
And if you think that there's pulverized safes anywhere, like pulverized safes.
From heat and the fucking amount of friction and rock tumblers.
Heat where? It was only one place where it was a lot of heat, and that was where the plane hit.
Do you know what kind of heat is thrown off by the friction alone of all that shit?
It definitely generated a lot of heat.
It
As the whole thing was
pulverized everything.
falling.
They didn't even find fucking like people. Like everything, a few thousand people just obliterated, gone.
Can I ask you a question?
Disappeared.
You still to this day think, is there any conspiracy theory that you believe to be a conspiracy?
I think
hidden agendas.
I believe
wrong?
that the Gulf of Tonkin incident was like, that was, let's get into Vietnam, let's fuck with some shit.
So you believe in that, but at some point all the rest of the reasons that we get into these crazy wars was legitimate.
Oh, no, I look at everyone on its separate, merits. But as far as 9/11 goes, I sat there. I watched planes fly into the buildings.
Absolutely.
I watched the buildings collapse, not by fucking some kind of explosive devices that were planted. They fell exactly where the planes hit. That's where they first started crumbling and collapsed. It wasn't like this big... You ever watch buildings that get exploded by the demolition crew? You hear... And the fucking building up, you see the lights of the explosives. It wasn't like that. It fell because planes hit it. And you know what?
But there's
I saw the fucking planes hit it.
There's a lot of credible... As we all did. I don't say that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
what a coincidence.
There's some credible people that say some credible things. And you can believe them.
They could be.
Or you can name.
But name a credible.
Well, let me not say credible because I don't know their credentials. Sorry.
No, but
you have a point.
No,
some dudes that seem to be credible.
Because that's the point Anthony made this morning with this guy that Jesse talked to, and then you did a little Google search and realized the guy is a retired FBI guy.
agent.
And Jesse's making believe it's some
credible person, though.
Why
isn't he credible?
Why is he retired?
He's fucking done.
Perhaps he had a fucking falling out with his fucking superiors.
Look,
perhaps he's got a fucking.
I seen a thing. I seen a movie called America, Freedom to Fascism, and they've had IRS agents, ex-IRS agents, which you can see why, who say that the federal income tax is illegal doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But they're credible motherfuckers saying it because they were legitimately all IRS agents, and they're saying, look, and this is one of the ladies said, she goes, in the USA Today, a group put out a $50,000 reward for anyone that can prove that federal income tax exists.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a black lady. She's like, shit, I'll get that money and I'll fucking tell them that it exists. Could never prove that that we should be fucking charged federal income tax.
So don't pay your taxes. See what happens.
But listen, though. See, now what you're doing here is saying this. Yes, it may be illegal, but the fact that the motivation for me to pay this illegal tax is that the police will come and get me.
Right.
Which in itself is fucked up. Man. I mean,
it is.
The fact that that the law is the police coming to get you. So what I'm saying is either side makes sense. So it's a matter. It's your inclination of which side you want to be on.
As far as 9/11 goes, just the 9/11 thing, I can't see the answer seems to be the easiest one.
Very convenient,
Fanatic Muslim militants that have been fucking picking on us for years already had tried to take down the Trade Center with the fucking Ryder truck bomb. Already tried. It's their fucking prize fucking terrorist event. And they caught us napping. They caught us with our intelligence not speaking to each other, FBI, CIA, all that shit, not trading intelligence information. Other people telling them, look, there's guys training to fly planes. All right, we'll check into it. We'll do this. Warrants that weren't served. All the shit. It's more. You make the face, but here it is.
I'm making a face of what you just said. Like, that there's chatter and people know that things are going to happen.
Let me make it easier for you.
Okay.
Even easier than what I just said for you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's more government incompetence than government intelligence and conspiracy. And look how great our government can fucking make a secret. And they were stupid.
There's four. And the one I don't know about is the Korean War. Mm-hmm. But in four major conflicts that America had, before we got involved in the conflict, we couldn't because we did not have support from the entire country because there wasn't an event to garner us being in there. We want to be in wars because it's money. Mm-hmm. The banks want us to be in wars because it enables them to lend zillions of dollars to the government so they can have to pay them back with our money.
Right.
Now, World War I, we wanted to get in, couldn't. What event happened that got us in?
The Maine.
The Lusitania.
I thought it was, remember the Maine.
No, the Lusitania was sunk by German boats.
Spanish American?
I don't know. But the Lusitania was sunk. A battleship full of people was sunk by a torpedo.
Yeah.
Gets us mad enough to get in. Pearl Harbor, there's things that say that
so who sunk the ship? Our own government?
That they not our own government, but what you were saying, they allow things to happen so that we can get involved.
Oh, yeah,
I heard Pearl Harbor, there was warnings from Australia that, hey man, the fucking Japs is getting together to come see you motherfuckers. And they were like, shh, it's okay. And we didn't do it ourselves. The Gulf of Tonkin was a complete fake thing that gave us, and now I'm just saying, 9/11 happened. I'm not saying we fucking murdered our own people, but things happen to get us galvanized to get into two conflicts that people now are like, why the fuck are we there?
I do agree to a certain extent with everything you just said.
We had
I really do.
Complete justifiable cause to go into Iraq at the time if he wanted to push it. We did. He was completely blowing off the sanctions and the UN sanctions. Mm-hmm. We had a reason.
What, the guys going in to see about the missiles?
This is before 9/11.
They let those guys in.
Before 9/11.
Right.
And then he threw him the fuck out, and then you had that fucking, what's his name, Hans Blix.
I don't know if that's declaration of invading your fucking country and killing their leader, murdering a dictator that they had business with years ago. Big business.
Oh, the Iraqi people put him to death.
Patrice is going to kill you.
They hung him. Didn't you see the video? It was great.
It was their own people. It was his own people.
Look,
I think there's some dirty dealings going on.
I think it gets dirty.
It's some dirty dealings.
But
I absolutely.
You got to look at each one individually.
I don't see 9/11 as being perpetrated by the government in any way. I can't even see him saying, "All right,
Michael Moore
Moore
had one of the greatest takes on this I've ever heard."
Oh boy!
It's simple. If 19 Koreans attacked America, they would say Korea attacked America.
Oh, right, yeah.
19 Saudi Arabians attacked America, yet we attack Iraq. It just makes sense. That statement whether you like Michael Moore or not, it just makes sense. If it was fucking 19 Africans, Africa attacked America. but for some reason it wasn't Saudi Arabia. It was, here's the thing, having a war on terror is like having a war on ugly. It's just, you can't, it doesn't make any sense.
It's subjective.
Yes, it's just, I'm going to attack terror? Well, it's convenient, dude, and it's not.
All right,
I don't know if it's righteous enough.
All right, let's get to these clips, man. Let's get to the Jesse clips.
All right, let's hear a little Jesse.
So Jesse owes his dedication to the victims. Okay, here's Jesse from last night.
With 9/11, some things just never added up for me. Why weren't those jetliners brought down? Why did the buildings go down so quickly? I knew this investigation was going to get some people pretty angry, but I also knew I owed this one to the victims.
Oh, shut up. And then he had some lackey there to give the opposing point so people wouldn't get completely bent out of shape, out of their minds with Jesse. They had his flunky going, well, Governor, I'm not going to sit here and believe that.
What's his credentials, the flunky?
Flunky.
Like you never heard of the guy before, nothing like that?
It's his team of investigators.
Right.
See, Jesse's got a team of investigators, and they go to the war room, and they talk, and I don't know who they are. There's some English black chick, there's some other black guy, there's 2 white guys.
Which tells you they're not credible right away. There's a niglet and another motherfucker. There's a darky and a niglet up there talking that nonsense.
English black chick with buck fucking teeth.
Which makes her fucking discredits her right away.
Discredit her.
That funny tooth niglet from England. She don't know what she's talking about.
Go gnawing an apple through a chain link fence, you fucking.
With that said, we go to the war room. William Rodriguez, his theory?
Yeah.
What's the William Rodriguez theory?
I forgot.
Last man out of Last Tower.
He was the last man out. He said he heard explosions. 2 explosions, and he felt himself thrust up, and they said they came from below the explosions, not above, and it was before the plane hit the building he was in. Now I'm assuming.
Why don't you believe that?
I'm assuming it's the plane, because I'm assuming it's the plane that hit the first fucking building that he heard this kaboom when everything fell down and fucking hit the ground in the basement of both buildings. Yeah, that's why I don't.
That's just conjecture. What you just did. You just based it on. Fuck that. I don't believe it.
And some fucking jack.
Well, that's what we do as human beings.
No,
I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure you know that's what you're doing.
I also based it on what I read from the 9/11 Commission. All right. Well, they were lying.
Is that anything like the Warren Commission?
I guess so. They were lying too.
And is that anything like the commission that said fucking JFK got shot by one motherfucker with a bullet that had feet?
I'll listen to some janitor that ran out of the fucking building.
Some janitor? If I get
and heard explosions. You know something? When a plane hits a fucking building, you're going to probably hear some explosions.
Anthony, what credibility as a professional do you need to feel something? Are you saying that the milkman can't fucking get shot? I'm
saying that if a plane hits a fucking building and debris falls into the basement, you're going to hear explosions in the fucking basement, is what I'm saying.
That's what he said he did.
No, Jesse assumed they were explosions.
There's firemen who say that some funny shit happened over there, man.
So there were explosives placed in the basement then.
That's what fucking some Firemen say.
Insanity to even speculate that explosives were brought into the World Trade Center. Why bother? You got two planes.
You got the planes.
You got planes. Why bother with
You
explosives?
didn't even need you didn't even need the buildings to come down.
Why take the chance?
You didn't need the buildings
someone's
to come
gonna
down.
Fucking catch somebody planting explosives.
And you're
when you got
comfortable
two
with
planes.
Building 7. That's one thing I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with Building 7 because it was hit by fucking Building 2, and fire was raging in Building 7. And that's why it fell down.
I saw a thing where it's just like,
then why
it's very difficult. Again, I'm saying shit that I saw that helps my belief.
It did not look like
it's very
a controlled
difficult
demolition.
for a building to fall. It's very hard.
I've watched controlled demolitions. I've seen 1,000 of the fucking things. None of them looked like either the towers, 1 or 2, or 7. Just didn't look like it. None.
The way they just came down straight?
The way they fall down straight. Okay, one thing looked like it. Nothing else. There's explosions that go on. There are timed explosions that have to go off in sequence to make those buildings fall like that.
I know what you're going to say. But
and there's equipment, and they gut them.
Those little pictures they have of those little...
and spring-loaded. And
those
they
little explosions coming out the building that the pictures they
weren't timed right. Is this a controlled demolition? Here's a controlled demolition of a building. Now, we're sitting and watching, la-di-dee. Now, watch. Boom, boom, boom. Look.
All the flashes.
You see the flashes going off? It takes a while. Look, boom, boom, there it is. Boom, boom, there it is. That's a controlled demolition.
Boy, that looked like fucking World Trade Center to me.
Get the fuck out of here.
God.
There were strobe lights, it looked like.
Play the World Trade Center
They were timed. Did you see the timing where it looked like lightning shooting up the side of the building?
They have pictures where they're saying that they have those flashes. In the
pressure, things blowing up. When a building collapses, shit's going to blow up as it's falling.
When the fuck did
you don't think
become
that was
Johnny Architect?
You don't think there was
You're just deciding that you're dismissing it.
You don't think there was
the building that
fucking generator? You don't think there's a generator somewhere with a fuel tank that explodes?
Oh, you know what though?
Look.
All right, fair enough.
There ain't no fucking explosion going on there.
Fair enough.
And it happens to fall exactly where the plane went in?
Where the plane went. You're right. You're
this is silly to
that's
think.
fair. Let me see the other one. That's fair. That's fair. That is fair because it happened right. It did. You're right.
Yeah, right where the plane hit.
I haven't seen that footage in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen it in a long time. That's fair. That's fair. I mean,
I'm just not buying that.
Well, can we go to the war room and do the William Rodriguez theory?
Yeah, let's
here?
hear the janitor.
Now get me somebody else. Get me Hulk Hogan.
Well, now we get a physics professor from Salt Lake.
All right.
What's this about? What's the physics professor all about?
Maybe he starts talking about thermite, super thermite paint.
We are going to look at Stephen Jones. He's a former physics professor from Brigham Young University. Now, he analysed dust samples from September 11th and says that he found explosive residue in it.
That's what this guy is. Sorry.
Really?
As soon as he published his findings, he was forced to leave his post at Brigham Young.
No kidding.
No. So he was effectively fired.
Alex, get on a plane, get up to Salt Lake City, interview Professor Jones, find out anything you can about this.
You got it. Yeah, I'm on it. Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Interview Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
It's ridiculous. This guy said that there was explosive residue on the beams.
There's another guy on YouTube I saw another scientific thing that you saw it probably about the dropping an egg from the top of the World Trade. It takes like from the top of the World Trade Center. It took 8 seconds or 9 seconds with no resistance for an egg to hit, and it's like the buildings dropped in 9 seconds with resistance or something.
That's not true though, because
I'm
people love to say it.
I know.
But did you see the thing I'm talking about? First of all,
probably not the exact video, but I mean, if you time it, if you just look at the Trade Center collapse and actually time it, it's longer than 9 seconds.
It is.
It's longer.
It's longer.
But I'm saying the guy, if he's going 9 or whatever he did, he made a scientific point that with no resistance, this is how long it took for something to fall, and with resistance, it took a short period of time. And again, it might not have been 9. It's on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. You got to see it to say, okay, fuck him, and then blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying there's people that aren't fruitcakes that are saying things that make sense.
I'm sure there are.
You just don't believe it, and no matter what a person says that makes sense, it's not going to fucking,
I think the easiest explanation is that fanatical Muslims figured out a weakness and fucking nailed us, got us with our panties down.
True.
That's what I think.
But I don't think our panties were. I think more or less we might have been relaxing with our panties down as opposed to, oh shit, somebody stuck us in the ass with my panties down. I think maybe the panties
we were relaxing with our panties down.
We're down on purpose.
Was it on purpose? I don't know about that.
We needed something big to get us in war.
When you get,
there's another statement called. There's another thing about this guy. It was called "Why We Fight." Fucking guy was interesting, credible motherfucker. Felt like it. He goes that there's a thing called blowback. There's a term called blowback, and blowback is things that happen to America, fucked up things that other countries do to us, based on things that we do to them that our people don't know about. So the 9/11 attack could have been blowback for some fucking shady shit we did to them, and America knew it, but just doesn't fucking tell us these things, man.
Again, it just seems to me more complicated than the simplest of explanations. What is every bus that blows up in Tel Aviv some conspiracy? Is every terrorist attack
look at Mumbai. Mumbai was just motherfuckers walking around with pistols shooting people.
Right.
I'm saying
in Spain, the subway, the train station bombings in Spain, was that a conspiracy? England with the fucking buses exploding.
But do you notice?
Oh, how come?
Do you notice internally nothing else ever happens after that except for that incident? We're the only thing that this kind of thing happened where it ends up being World War fucking 3.
Because we're not used to it happening. We're very not used to things like this happening.
Train blows up in Madrid. No one's used to trains blowing up in Madrid. No one's used to walking through a mall and getting shot with an AK-47 every day. Because it wouldn't be news if it happened all the time. But we're the only country that got attacked where ultimately the people who didn't attack us were attacked. Iraq was attacked based on 19 Saudi Arabians.
Right. But no, you know what? No.
How do you dismiss that, though?
Afghanistan was attacked because of 19 Saudi Arabians and the Al-Qaeda and Taliban and training camps and all that bullshit that was happening in Afghanistan.
Weapons of mass destruction have been proved to be horseshit, right?
That's bullshit, right.
Is it horseshit?
Oh, complete horseshit.
But that's why we fucked with Iraq.
I know. That's the lie.
Anthony, how do you dismiss? You can't dismiss that shit.
If you want to talk about a lie, that's the lie I'll agree with.
But how can, after that lie, how do you fucking go, but the other thing was just a righteous attack?
Because could you see, honestly, see people sitting there and going, look, we need to get into a war. Let's say, let's say that there's weapons of mass destruction. We'll make up some shit. We'll take some photos that people really can't see. We'll say this is a mobile fucking nerve gas factory. We'll say that I can see completely.
Do you think there's a meeting in a corporation where they go, fluoride is poison. We don't know what to do with it. Don't say nothing. Let's just dump it in a fucking river where people drink and then lie to them and say fluoride helps your insides and your teeth. Do you believe that it's possible that people just say, fuck us?
No, I can't see people getting together and going, wow, we got very good intelligence that planes are going to fly into the World Trade Center on September 11th. And they just sit back and go, a few thousand people getting killed.
There's a term for that. It's called collateral damage. There's a term that exists for people who die, unfortunately, behind our bullshit.
And we're the motherfuckers that usually dole out the collateral damage. I really have a hard time thinking. Fanatics and an incompetent government fits the bill more than a conspiracy.
Fanatics and a cooperative government. And why would Saudi Arabia want us dead so bad when we fucking love them?
It wasn't the Saudi government. They were from Saudi Arabia, but they're fucking fanatic Muslims. They're fanatic Muslims. There's fucking, right now, there's a bunch of guys from fucking the United States, 5 of them, just arrested in Pakistan.
I believe the
American Muslims.
The climate is beautiful. I think the climate, the hatred for America is very easy. And the thing I'm agreeing with you on is that fanatics did it. But the climate gives us the opportunity for people to do things that we need them to do. Patsies, puppets, and anybody else who's just going to do things we need to do what we need. Like, for instance, you know who we want bad? We want 3 people bad. We want fucking North Korea bad. I mean, North Korea we want bad. We want Ahmadinejad bad. And we want fucking the guy from...
Bin Laden?
No, Puerto Rican dude. Chavez.
Oh, Chavez.
So don't be surprised if something happens to give us a reason to fuck with them and the American public agrees with it. That's all I'm saying. Something will happen where we have to go fuck up Ahmadinejad. We have to.
Occasionally things do happen. Well, Ahmadinejad,
perfect timing.
So that, let's say Israel goes in with an airstrike to take out their nuclear power plants. That'll be a conspiracy? That there really weren't nuclear power plants? Why can't it be that he is building nuclear power plants to build bombs? They have missiles that could hit parts of Israel.
Well, we have them. Israel has them. Why are we allowed to have them? Russia has them. Why are they allowed to have them and not fucking Ahmadinejad?
In the world order, they have not been determined to be responsible enough to have these weapons.
In the United States of Anthony Cumia, okay, you're fighting for the right to have your gun.
Yeah.
In the United States where you're the dictator, right. I'm across the street making decisions on your fucking competence on whether you have your fucking 50 cal or not.
It's a world decision. The United Nations, the World Nuclear Regulatory Commission, they're the ones that make the decisions on who can have nuclear power. First of all, if you want nuclear power to power your shit, fine. But inspectors are going to come in. They're going to want to know where that enriched uranium's going. They're going to want to know a lot of shit. Do you think Iraq or Iran has shown they're responsible enough? And
no, I mean 9/11 in itself.
Oh, 9/11, something shady with
Anything.
9/11? No, I just see it as a series of a lot of fucking mistakes. I don't think there's anything shady with it. I think there's you could take people that fucked up royally and twist it around and go, oh, did he fuck up? Or was it a... No, he fucked up. I've worked in this country with enough people to know no matter where you go, assholes work there. And I believe there were enough assholes working for the CIA, the FBI, police organizations, people that wouldn't listen to other people, that they just fucked up.
I mean, there's some old what's the FBI guy?
By these motherfuckers. Embassies were being bombed.
True that.
So it's not like the World Trade Center just came out of someone's ass. Oh, Muslims did this? Why? They've been peaceful people to us for years. They were fucking blowing every shit up on us.
But I'm saying that they are just the assholes people might need to do bigger things.
To get something done?
Yeah. Because their attacks are going to only kill collateral damage type of numbers. World Trade Center, 2,000 people, that was the amount of people needed to die for us as a country to say, kill anybody you want. Because we didn't, if that happened, if the planes hit and we saw that, we are waiting for someone to go, this is who we're going to fuck up. Well, go fuck them up. Now, if they had said, America, who do you think did this? Let's go fuck them up. You decide. What do you think we would have said? We would have been like, all right, Saddam? We could have said we could have said Florida if we wanted to.
Right.
Florida did this. And go bomb fucking Florida. We was ready we could have spent the wheel. The axis of evil wheel?
Yeah.
Who do you want to kill? And kill them.
I think it helped push an agenda forward.
After the fact. Yeah, after the fact. Of course it did. Holy shit.
Made it easy whether the government might have turned away at the last second there or
show me.
I don't know.
Show me.
Right, you don't know.
I understand they capitalized on it.
Show me the
I completely
diabolical
understand that part of
plan.
this whole angle.
Show me the diabolical plan. Show me the group of people that can keep a fucking secret. Show me that. That's another thing.
I don't believe any of that shit.
You can't fucking keep. 2 people can't keep a secret. They're all like these fucking Tiger Wood bitches. They'd be out of the woodwork going on the fucking news of the world next to the alien pictures. I saw the black box.
All right, why don't we take a break? We're missing out on some great Jesse clips through this whole thing. Him peeking in windows, trying locked doors.
Oh, him amazed that a door is locked at JFK.
Yeah, we'll get into
well,
it.
Fucking Jesse, it's an airport, asshole.
And the famous super thermite discussion right after the break.
Hitler, there's a picture of Hitler meeting an alien.
Yeah, see, it's possible.
When did that happen? Holy shit. They gave him the secrets of the V-2 rocket.
Hey, man, that's some good... And they didn't have photo shot back then, so that's got to be real.
Got to be true.
He's like, you don't like Jews either?
God damn.
Never liked them.
Quick break, and we'll do the rest of the
They're
Jesse
fucking
Ventura
up
clips.
Saturn.
Jews run the universe.
And we're finally back. A lot of fucking promos in there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not forget. A week from today is the homeless shopping spree, Ed.
It is a week from today.
A week from today, it goes down.
Goodness gracious.
We got to figure that shit out. We're doing afternoon drive that day, Ed.
What?
Yeah, but yeah.
That'll screw my sleep schedule up for a month.
But we're excited. I hope you guys are going to join us. We're going to announce the mall early next week.
Yeah.
Take next Thursday off so you can join us and watch the homeless shop for some shit.
Yeah.
What time does it happen?
I don't know. I think we're doing like 3 to 7, 2 to 7, something like that. Yeah. Well, yeah. Going old school, doing a little afternoon drive. This company better understand when we do fucking afternoon drive, there has to be beer in the area.
Yes, there's drinking during afternoon drive. It's the only way I know how to do it, I think.
If we're going old school, we gotta like make sure everything is done properly.
Fucking windy out, huh? I guess. Just saying.
No, not in Las Vegas.
No?
No.
I mean, New York.
Yeah.
I always assume people know where we're broadcasting from.
Yeah, I know. They do.
You know, pinnacle of the free world.
That place.
Yeah.
So, homeless shopping spree. Let's not forget, we want a nice turnout next Thursday, the 17th.
Yeah.
It'll be in the afternoon. Okay, Jesse Ventura, we get right back into the conspiracy show.
Yes.
9/11 was the topic last night, and we get into the super thermite.
Jesse Ventura is investigating the 9/11 conspiracy and a claim that the World Trade Towers were brought down by an explosive substance called super thermite.
Sure, they were hit by planes, but I'm saying that's not the full story because there's residues of explosives in the dust.
Oh, well, good enough for me. Residue of explosives in the dust. Really? Is there?
Maybe some guy was bringing explosives to work.
Yeah,
and it was
some
in his,
guys.
and it was in his file cabinet.
Some dude
just keeping explosives on hand.
On the fucking on the 12th floor, there was an explosive place nobody knew about.
Maybe he had his own plan that he never was able to do. He had some dumb plan because he was mad he didn't get a raise. After testing super thermite, dramatic out.
As we expected, the beam of the thermite is burning much brighter. It's a much hotter fire than we had before. So the temperature is going to rise in this beam more than it would in a beam without the thermite. Does it burn long enough and hot enough so that we have structural failure?
All right. Anybody still got any doubts? Alex?
I do. I mean, listen, it's one thing to say that this thing can be liquefied.
I hate Alex. He couldn't
Alex
get someone
is the
better than
flunky.
Alex.
Alex is the flunky that has to take the opposing view so that, like, Jesse the Body doesn't have assassins coming after him.
He's a Washington general. The Harlem Globetrotters had to play somebody.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's just taking the opposing point.
Sort of taking it.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Got any doubts, Alex?
I do. I mean, listen, it's one thing to say that this thing can be liquefied and used as paint. It's another thing to say that it was used at the World Trade Center site.
Rodriguez told me construction was a daily thing there.
Yeah.
That every floor, when a tenant moved out, construction took place. What happens then? Painting. And painters could be painting this stuff on and not even know it.
Imagine if this stuff was painted on buildings in New York, Boston, Washington, D.C., all over the country.
There you go.
That stuff could be everywhere.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That stuff could be everywhere. What?
God.
Bullshit? Your bullshit? First of all,
But that's
construction went on.
That's a
Patrice,
fucking...
come on.
There's the answer to how, though.
Let me, all right.
I'm saying, look.
You're right.
I know it's just... I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm looking for any logical way of a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay? One time, a crazy guy explained space travel, where people can't explain how space people could move quick. And the guy goes, oh, you just you manipulate... They learn how to manipulate the magnets between each planet. And so they just have they use magneticism to move. So I'm just saying, you could go out, fuck you, but I'm saying to paint explosives on buildings and then detonate them somehow is a logical, crazy way to why the secrets. Because people are doing things that they don't know.
Can I, as an expert, dispel this?
We like comic books, motherfucker.
Go ahead, Alex. Anthony.
I'm an expert at this because
I would love for you to debate Jesse Ventura instead of stupid Alex.
I know. I was in the trades for a while. I've been in buildings where... the one tenant moves out, another one moves in. They move around internal walls, cubicles, things like that. When they paint walls, they don't rip the fucking sheetrock and insulation down and paint the fucking main structural beams with thermite paint. They paint the sheetrock on the walls. They showed a metal beam with this super thermite paint on it light up like a sparkler. By the way, it didn't melt the beam or anything. They cut away. It did nothing to the beam.
Hold on. If it was going to melt the beam, why wouldn't they just go all in and wait for the beam to melt and go, see, this is what thermite paint actually does?
Because it didn't melt the beam, as we saw on, I think, Mythbusters showed something like that.
So why would he cut away from that? Unless he couldn't prove his own dumb point he was trying to make.
Because he couldn't prove his own dumb point.
But he had all the time in the world to let the fucking fire burn.
Yeah. You paint sheetrock. Could you imagine if at the World Trade Center, every floor at some point
talking about
had to be painted behind the sheetrock walls? They had to rip sheetrock out of 110 stories twice.
Asbestos is just one of them things that's on the structures, man.
Who's mesothelioma?
Asbestos?
What? Asbestos.
I's the bestest.
Asbestos.
I ain't the bestest.
You asbestos go as fast as you can, motherfucker.
Come on, Patrice.
Unbelievable how he.
You had your hour. Let's have fun with the Jesse Ventura clips.
Everywhere.
You're killing me.
Everywhere.
Because now we get into Jesse going down to the crime scene.
Yes, come on now, crime scene Jesse.
Jesse's being thorough, man. You gotta love Jesse.
Let's listen to this clip.
After seeing that, there was only one place to go next. I headed to ground zero. I didn't expect to find any super thermite, but I also didn't expect to find so many victim survivors still looking for answers.
Why wouldn't you expect to find victim survivors at the Trade Center site? That's where they go. That's where people go, Jesse.
I sure didn't expect to see construction workers.
You know, this is fair. We got a fireman that was down at Ground Zero. Paul in New York is out of his mind. Paul, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys? How's things?
All right, Paul.
Listen, like Patrice, like I can kind of, see your point where you're saying, all right, with the government, they had to pick a sacrificial number and a sacrificial place, and you spin the death wheel of fortune. But using that same logic, would they still, say, all right, we're going to blow up the White House, we're going to blow up the Pentagon, our own people who are spinning that wheel, we're going to send 2 planes there also.
Well,
you buy into that too?
Yeah, the plane never hit the Pentagon. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, it was a missile,
because we have to deal with that shit, too.
Unbelievable.
Then nothing hit the Pentagon, or no plane did.
And in addition to the whole Trade Center thing, with this explosions and the thermite, Jesse's a tool. He was a tool last year when you were on the radio. I tried to get through. But, he has no idea about how a building collapsed. It's called a pancake collapse. The planes hit up on the 80-something floor. That shit burnt out. and it collapses like a pancake. Once it starts moving,
and as every floor is collapsing, we were watching a YouTube video, the air is now pushing everything out, making it look like little explosions are happening. That's actually air leaving that floor because the air has nowhere else to go.
He's a fireman?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, sir? Aren't there are on record some firemen who say, hey, some strange shit happened, like some explosions happened that had nothing to do with the plane. Like there are firemen who are corroborating some of this stuff, right?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know any firemen. I was there that day. I work with a lot of firemen that were there that day. It was a lot of crazy shit. But when you look at the big picture,
all right,
just collapsing, guys were getting blown over. There was ambulances being blown over on their roof. What do you think that happened from? That happened from the force of those buildings coming straight down like a friggin' earthquake. So guys were getting blown over shit,
So ultimately, do you personally believe that this was just what it was? There was just nothing else involved? Like, what it was what it was. It was an attack that happened, and then life just happened the way it happened. But there was nothing else. I'm just asking, what do you believe?
I believe it was an attack, probably preceding it. There was a lot of drop balls by the government, by whoever. But as far as conspiracy that we went there and blew up the building, that they're using this super thermite crap to friggin' why beams were melting. The beams were melting because it was friggin' tens of thousands of gallons of jet fuel, which is essentially diesel fuel, okay, which burns hotter than gasoline. That shit was burning for days, for months. That is what caused the friggin' failure. Not some tool spraying friggin', stuff that had thermite on a friggin'
people forget the guys were trying to put this fire out for what? Almost a month afterwards?
Yeah, 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months afterward, the damn thing was still burning.
Because all the fuel went down the staircase and was burning down in the basement. So, of course, when the first plane hit, all that stuff was falling down into the basement. Could have caught a spark, could have made a small explosion, but that ain't what. There was nobody in there freaking placing TNT and blowing down the building.
Well, what about?
Yeah,
go ahead.
And with number 7, number 7 Trade Center, I was right down the block from that on Vesey Street. That thing was burning. There was fire blowing out the windows on every floor for hours, and they kept telling us the building's coming down, the building's going to come down, and then finally they blew the warning sign because they had guys with transit set up to watch the building lean. Mm-hmm. They didn't commit anybody to that. That thing was burning like out of control, and that's what brought that down, plus the damage from the building that fell on top of it.
Yeah. Jeez.
So I think Jesse's he's out of his mind, this guy. I'm glad I finally got through because I've been the whole way home trying to dial and call up. But,
awesome. All right,
got through, man.
You guys are great. Keep up the good work.
All right, Paul. Great job, man. Good phone call. Let's go to Ryan in Minnesota. Ryan.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good, man.
Good. Hey, I don't believe this whole thing is a huge conspiracy, but I did see an interesting video at a friend of mine's house one time. The video of that demolition truck, of those demolition crews that were leaving the scene, that someone caught a glimpse of with their video camera.
What was painted on the side? Acme?
Yeah.
Was there a coyote driving the fucking truck?
Oh my God!
If you were if you were gonna fucking do this, what would you have a truck that says demolition on the side, or would you be like incognito? I can't talk about this shit anymore.
Even Close Encounters knew to put Piggly Wiggly signs on the side of their trucks.
No, you would make it very obvious. Demolition, maybe a nice fucking picture of dynamite.
World Trade Center.
No offense, Ryan. I'm sorry, but I am so sick of trying to discuss this in general at this point.
Acme Demolition. Official demolition crew of the World Trade Center explosions.
Right.
What the fuck do you think?
Wild E. Coyote.
No, it
Super
was
genius.
Sam.
All right, brother. I don't mean to yell, but
that was on the side, Acme.
Hey, hold on, Ryan. Thank you though. Let me go to John in Connecticut. He's a regular to the show. He lost his son in Iraq, which is important to his phone call there, Patrice. What do you got, John?
Good morning, boys.
Hey,
how are you?
We're doing all right. We're trying to hold down the fort.
Good deal. Very interesting show you got today. Patrice, I wanted to let you know, hey, I love you, brother. I think you're an awesome comedian. You bring a lot of...
oh, shit. You know what this means.
But
there's a big but.
I'm listening. I'm trying. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be fair both sides. I'm just always trying to be logical on either side. That's all, man. So before you get to cursing me out, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to curse you out. I just want to ask you a simple question.
All right.
Do you believe that my son died for a lie?
That's a good question. That's good the way, and it puts me in a weird spot, but so it doesn't be a soundbite. I'm gonna have to come back at you. Do you think that the reason that we went there is legitimate? We all agree that the weapons of mass destruction thing was a lie. So if we went there for weapons of mass destruction, yes. If we went there to protect some type of liberty that Iraq was going to take away, no, he didn't. So that's not a clear-cut answer to that. Because first of all, your son was in it. He probably didn't have a choice to go. So, one of those things is difficult to get into, your son dying for a lie. It's like, why were we there for that situation and your son died? You know what I'm saying? It's a weird question, and there's no answer. I can't just be cold-blooded and go, it's a lie, your son died. I'm saying, dude, if you believe that we went over there for a righteous reason, then yeah, your son died for a righteous reason. If we were over there for non-righteous reasons, your son was used like everyone else's sons and daughters, man, to fight something that our government might be doing funky shit over there, man. I hope I'm not offending you.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Fair enough from what you're talking about. Do I believe that we went in for the wrong reason at the beginning? Absolutely. Do I believe the mission changed? Oh, yes. My son, before he was killed, he was involved in finding the mass graves that Saddam had left all over his country. He had seen the carnage and the tyranny, the evilness that this dictator left. And he knew firsthand. And he told me that the majority of the people that were there wanted us there. They were coming up to them, kissing their hands, bringing them home-cooked meals, telling them, thank you for being here. Thank you for freeing us from Saddam.
I'm feeling you. There's a righteous reason.
There's only a specific group of people over there that had everything to lose for Saddam not being in power over there. There's people over there that were right up there in the top echelon, and then when Saddam got taken out, they were nobody.
You know what you're doing, sir? And this is the great thing. You boiled it down to the best way you can boil it down, which is a human level. That your son, as a human being, thought he was doing some good stuff over there, and the people that appreciated America being over there, for human reasons, to help get underneath, a shitty dictator and a shitty situation, and your son was helping on that. That's the human level, and when you get down to that, that's the best way to be. So that's what I'm saying. You can't soundbite that answer. Were we over there as a government for some right shit? Don't know, but ended up going over there. A lot of times these countries that need food, you send food over, but the dictator takes it and fucking makes omelets with it and sells it. He's a fucked up guy, but the intentions, there's a saying called intent versus impact. Whatever we intended to do is not what the ultimate thing that happened. So ultimately, look, what we intended to do as a country, I don't know. But what impacted was some people, and your son died for righteous reasons. Hey, man, there's a lot of answers, man. A lot of answers and a lot of questions.
Now, I got one other part to this, and this has to do with the attack on September 11th. And I always wanted to ask this question. Now I got an opportunity to ask this in front of, 2 countries now? How do these people, especially these freaky-ass friggin' conspiracy theorist nuts, which, thank God, I'm glad, Anthony, you're not one of them.
No.
Where are you?
Oh, hell's no. What are you kidding? Lunatic.
Only that the Holocaust didn't exist.
Depends what gun you have on you.
Slavery was bullshit.
Depends what gun John has on him before I answer the question.
I want to know.
John's got some shit.
What I want to know is why or how could any type of explosive survive the intense fire when the falling of the towers happened at the point of impact, where the temperature was, 1,800 degrees, if not higher?
Yeah.
About right.
There's no explosives that can survive that, as far as I'm aware.
Shit, that pitch I just saw again. Actually, I was like, well, it did kind of fall. It fall right at the impact. I believe half of what you see, baby. It did look like it to me.
Let's remember the fire.
How long did it take for the towers to fall after the impact? About 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's remember, the beams just had to be weakened too. They didn't have to melt.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's absolutely. They just have to be heated up, and then they lose their structural integrity, and then they can warp and bend, and that's all it takes.
Exactly.
Especially with the radical design that these towers had.
It was a dumb design.
Absolutely, it was. It was a major flaw.
It was.
Well, who knew that was going to happen? Jesus.
Let you guys go.
All right, John.
All right, man.
Always a
Later.
pleasure, sir. John in Connecticut. All right, Jesse Ventura down at the crime scene.
Oh, yes.
He's down at Ground Zero.
For answers.
Jesse makes his way closer to the scene of the crime. He's hoping to get into the Ground Zero site, maybe find some remnants of the original steel that he can bring back for testing.
What is he talking about? What? Ant knows. If you live in New York, everyone knows. That stuff is long gone.
They went through that with fucking like beach sieves,
right?
To make sure there wasn't
built like battleships or something out of that steel.
Yeah,
it's
some
long
of the steel
gone.
I mean, in fresh kills, and then it's
a brand new building should be in its place by now. But with that said, it's a completely different.
Why the fuck
place.
isn't why are we building the building yet? What's going on?
Red tape.
That's gonna take another half hour to explain.
Oh, really?
Shit.
You can walk in there and they may tell you to shut this off.
Yeah.
But the police guard won't let him closer than a view of the new Freedom Tower, built to withstand impacts from above and below.
The new buildings would withstand the heat from jet fuel or super thermite. But the original steel, it was long gone. Most of it shipped out and recycled. This crime scene had been destroyed a long time ago.
Oh my God, I can't do this.
Crime scene has been destroyed.
I can't do this. And
it was
who's
called
saying,
clean up. What were you supposed to do? Leave everything in fucking downtown Manhattan?
And who's saying that the new building will survive that? Who's saying that?
I'll tell you why, Jesse. People think he's a douche on this, and it's just because of that soundbite. No one likes a motherfucker who makes his points poignantly, where he thinks that this will get you, and he's like,
"Gotcha now."
Took the steel and it's gone, and he should always end up like going,
Hold on.
He does, too.
How about that, motherfuckers?
If you didn't know any better, you would assume this is old audio, and Jesse was down there September 12th.
Yeah.
September 13th, September 14th
It's 8
of
years
2001.
later.
It's 8 years later.
I'm looking for evidence.
Sorry, Jesse, that we didn't wait for you to come down 8 years later to investigate, by the way. Where were you a week after this thing? That's when you should have tried to get in there. Oh, I hate this guy now.
I'm
I hate
looking
this
for
guy.
evidence down at the scene of the crime. Maybe I could take a piece of metal back for testing.
And they're not letting you in because guess what? Guys are working.
Yeah.
They don't want.
They don't want people
deal with your
milling
crap.
around. And, yeah.
At this point, they got a job to do. To bring money home to their families.
What a tool.
What really happened on 9/11?
Oh,
Jesse's going to tell us.
Wrap it up.
He was a governor, huh?
2 to 3 hours to check for demolition.
Well, maybe in 2 to 3 hours, they were busy maybe looking for survivors. And then as far as getting rid of the evidence, it was called cleaning up the bottom of Manhattan, you dummy.
And a lot of that steel sat, where was it again? In
Fresh Kills.
Fresh
Over
Kill.
in,
for
Staten Island.
years. And then finally someone came along and said, you know what? We got to do something with this
Scrap
shit.
it, do something
so
with the
let's make a
shit.
ship out of it.
There's some over there at Kennedy Airport, like he said, in
the mysterious Hangar 17.
There's some great instant feedback coming in. Maurice Jones from Pittsburgh. He writes, did that asshole Anthony say ew about the home-cooked meals? And then he writes, I was thinking the same thing. Iraqi meatloaf is probably gross.
Wow, I didn't think you heard that. Yes, I did say ew when the guys said that.
And George in Philly's right. Come on, guys. Everyone knows you don't clear a crime scene for at least 10 years. And then Eric in Virginia Tech writes, were they supposed to leave everything as is where it was because a wrestler hadn't looked at it yet.
A wrestler hadn't looked. That's what it is.
And Redding from Whackbag, wow, and you guys gave Dice shit for being there a month after 9/11. By the way, please play Quantum Dice. Can we play Quantum Dice today?
Quantum Dice.
It might make sense today. And it goes on and on. All right, we're running out of time.
Yeah, I want to hear some more.
No, here's the narrator. Jesse is in stealth mode.
Oh, can it?
Really?
Can it hold many answers?
And when he's in JFK, is the music going do 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 do?
Yeah, where it's like ding 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 ding.
No, the ding ding ding. What's the one? Fred Flintstone on his tippy toes. Do I still have that? We used to play it.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, this is some cartoon shit, so we need some cartoon sound effects. But Fred Flintstone, when he was being stealth, he would get on his tippy toes and crawl, We got the sound somewhere. Is it in mine?
He is the worst.
Yeah. There he is.
All right, let me look over here. No, this door's locked. Amazing that a door would be locked here at an airport. Wait, what's that? Here, camera crew, follow me.
What an asshole.
Well, here's the clip of him peeping in windows. Or doors? Whatever.
Yeah, it's a door with a window in it.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. And I gotta stop you because I don't want to lose this one. Who's your daddy 44 on Twitter? There's a piece of a beam from 9/11 on display. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow everyone away here. At a truck stop in Nebraska.
There you go. Why not just go to the truck stop
with the plaque
in
and everything that says this came from?
Why not just go to the truck
Breaking
stop
news.
in Nebraska, Jesse?
There's an actual beam at a truck stop in Nebraska.
And check it for...
That's breaking news right there. Sure.
Because it's a fucking building on an airport.
Honestly, probably because he didn't ask.
Yeah. And if they want to hide it so much, how come he could walk up to the window in the door,
right,
and it's sitting right there when you look in the window?
Wouldn't he just, like a good drug dealer, just black out the window?
Yeah, like black out the window, put something
Patrice
over
is
it.
Done. Look at Patrice, he's done. He can't even argue anymore.
They left nothing. They weren't hiding anything.
This is what they don't want me to see. What's right behind this very open window?
This shut down Patrice. Look at him. He's done.
It's because Jesse's approach is just right.
It's horrendous.
His approach is.
That's why I wanted to get to these clips. They're just amazing.
His approach
on how bad it is.
I have George the Animal Steel looking in another window. Yes, exactly.
George, go rip there's a piece of turnbuckle that's between the door and the dust.
Rip the knob off with your teeth like you did the turnbuckle.
George, you see that guard over there? Hit him in the neck with a foreign object spoon that you have hidden in your shorts.
What we need to get through this door is the Polish hammer. Where's Ivan Putski and his Polish hammer?
The wrestlers
Then I'm going to get Mr. Fuji to throw salt in the guard's eyes. So it'll blind him. We could then test for thermite. Super thermite.
Where's Moondog Spot? I need you to go over there. Go throw your bone down for that fat woman to go.
Where's Hacksaw Jim Duggan? We could use that 2x4 by now.
Here's what we're going to do, Hacksaw. We want to steal the beam and have you replace it with your 2x4 so they know nothing's missing.
Where's Earthquake? He'll run through this door.
Shut up, George.
What an idiot.
Oh, my God. I'll go over there. Fucking go over there.
Such an idiot.
And throw salt in his eyes, Mr. Fuji.
All right, here's what we need. Jimmy Superfly Snuka has to jump through the ductwork on the roof.
Mr. Fuji, go throw thermite in his eyes.
What was that Mr. Fuji was throwing? I don't think it was salt.
Scott S. from Quakertown. Chief J. Strongbow. Put a sleeper hold on the security guard.
This is what they don't want us to see.
It would make a great cartoon. Jesse and his fellow wrestlers.
Wrestlers are all going at it.
Just trying to find conspiracies.
Ventura, here's Stephen S. from Bayshore. If Andre the Giant was here, God rest his soul, we'd simply be able to look over the wall. Was Andre killed in a preemptive strike? Think about it.
Conspiracies.
Somebody flew a plane into Andre. Fucking Jesus.
You could hear explosions in his shoes before he fell down.
Fuck balls,
This fucking guy, you gotta write your name if you're instant feedbacking. They painted Owen Hart with thermite paint. All right, you know.
terrible.
You got,
God.
hold on, what
That's
the
just
fuck?
so
There's
fucking
too many.
shitty.
There's too. Redding. We had Brutus the Barber Beefcake cut the locks with his giant shears.
With the shears.
Oh, shit.
And coincidence, George the Animal Steel. The steel they won't show us. We'll show you our steel. You show us yours.
Greg Sletter.
Maybe we can rebuild him with Greg the Hammer.
Greg from Long Island. If I had my feather boa for my days in the ring, I could swing to the top of the building.
Yes, I put a grappling hook on it.
Oh, shit balls, man.
Where's the ass man?
Yeah.
He could distract him with his ass.
Oh, they're coming in fast. I didn't know this. Rich O from D.C. Sergeant Slaughter is my Army contact, and he says we knew about it.
That's a good one.
We
That's a
talked to
good one.
Sergeant Slaughter. Why weren't the planes scrambled on that day?
And where was the Iron Sheik?
Chris C. from Virginia. Get Coco Beware's parrot to do some recon.
Have the Iron Sheik show this man some discipline and fuck him in the ass. Like he always threatens.
Oh, my God. They're coming in way too fucking fast.
Oh, shit.
Hey, ass man, use your ass to open the door.
He probably could.
The 9/11 explosions were funded by Ted DiBiase. That's Jordan.
The millionaire Ted DiBiase. Follow the money, people. Follow the money trail.
Warrior Surge. Jesse's full of shit.
Former tag team champions Demolition, hello. Who applied the thermite paint? The Ultimate Warrior's face painted with thermite paint. All he had to do was rub his face on a beam and it brought the buildings down. Do I have to say any more?
I can't keep up with this shit. Fuck. There was a good one that went flying by. Where is it? Andrew in Jersey. The Undertaker's pallbearer's urn was full with thermite dust.
Thermite dust. He just threw it. It's the same people that blew up Vince's limousine. And you saw how that worked out. There was a conspiracy with Vince McMahon.
Andrew from... It always gets bad. Andrew from Belmore. Fuck, where'd it go? Wow, I've never seen this feedback fly by like this. Jake the Snake will break through high on coke. What do they call it? Jesse Ventura and his super conspiracy busting wrestling all-stars. Pete from Connecticut.
And then I don't have to tell you that Steve Austin's going to open a can of whoop thermite.
Cigars and scotch. I didn't know this, Ant. Same people that blew up Vince's limo.
That's what I said.
Oh, you said that one?
Yes,
Motherfucker. Sorry about that.
It's all right. We're crossing over now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love it. Goddamn.
That's a funny angle. Him and his wrestling.
Tipsy, Mr. T, USA. Miss Elizabeth was murdered because she knew about super thermite.
Jesse.
Super thermite.
Hey, Jesse, one of the airport security guards just shot you. You're bleeding. Ain't got time to bleed.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Ain't got time to bleed.
I want to introduce a new wrestling tag team, Super Thermite. That's right, Super Thermite's gonna fight tonight.
And his partner, bullshit. Chad in Phoenix. Chris Benoit, mind control. Nothing left to say.
They pointed the harp system at Chris Benoit. He didn't want to kill his family.
Oh, man. That's a funny angle, man. That's shit. Goddamn.
Get the fuck out.
It's like when the fucking Harlem Globetrotters had their own fucking show. Didn't they have their own show, or they were just part of Scooby-Doo?
The Scooby-Doo.
Think about it.
No, the Harlem Globetrotters had their own. I think they did.
And weren't they trying to solve crimes?
And they might have been.
Yeah.
King Kong climbed the Empire State Building. We're getting King Kong Bundy to climb Hangar 17.
Dummy. He is just a dummy. Are there any more clips?
Junkyard Dog. That's selfish.
I got one. I'm gonna...
With his chains around his neck.
Could someone get China's clit? I think we could use it to open this lock.
We could jimmy the door with her
clit.
Giant clitoris.
All right, here we go. Jesse explains the government's 9/11 involvement.
Oh, yeah. Like Rowdy Roddy and They Live. That was a black flag operation.
And finally, he wraps it all up.
Him and his thermite. Shut up with your thermite.
Chris S. from Shirley, bravo. The Brooklyn Brawler saw the whole thing go down from his apartment. Sorry. I just don't want to lose these before they fly by. The Brooklyn Brawler. What?
Why?
Why would they do that?
What the fuck?
If they were fully aware when they just shut their fucking...
They were in the cockpit before the plane took off. Actually, months before. They had been flying overnights from New York, flying the red eye from New York to L.A.
Jesus.
Actually, good pilots. Very informative. They pointed out the Grand Canyon to me.
Holy shit.
And the Hoover Dam. In some government vault, along with the Ark of the Covenant, in a big wooden box with Nazi symbols burnt off.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Don't look at the beam. Don't look at the beam. Turn your head.
Dummy.
Hey, Rick. Nah, I don't feel I was going to do a Ric Flair woo joke.
Woo!
Distract them with a woo. I was going to go with... I just got tired. I just literally got tired.
That fucking guy is... There you go, the Nazi's head melting because he looked at the fucking beam.
He burnt by thermite.
Yeah, I was going to... Yeah.
See, what happened was the Nazis got too close to the thermite that was in the Ark of the Covenant. But Indy turned away. Now, why did Indy live through that?
Iron Sheik's gonna make Jesse humble and then urinate on the guards. That's Andrew in Baltimore.
The great god Thermopolis is what
Thermopolis.
That's what burned his face.
Thermite paint.
And there's too many coming in, but people from all over the country saying there's a little piece of the Twin Towers in my city. There's one in Albany. There's one here. I can't get to all of them.
I'm here at
pieces of this
Pergamons
all over the place.
looking for thermite paint. Do you have it in a gloss? Are there even Pergamons anymore? I'm here at Home Depot. Jeez. I'm at Lowe's. Look, I need something in a semi-gloss eggshell. No, do you have it in thermite? Explosive super thermite. Why are you removing me from the store?
Right. Jason S. from Rockland County. We're going to have a ladder match to reach the keys to the government vault. Wow. You think it might might have been steroids that got Jesse a little weird in his later years.
I have no fucking idea.
I have no idea if he ever did steroids, but the 2 video clips we saw, his arms were very, very different.
Yeah, he's
extremely different.
I don't know. I don't know what to make
I don't know
of him.
either.
But you know something? Next week,
what's next
I'm
week?
watching that stupid show again.
What's next week? This is our new bit.
What is next week's
because
subject?
We get all the fucking wrestlers involved.
Is it Manchurian candidates?
Do we know? Next week. What is it? Bigfoot?
My hair, where did it go? Why do I have a rat tail?
Top Gun from Canada. I did not know this. Hacksaw Jim Duggan actually carries around a beam from the towers now.
Why doesn't he just go to Jesse and have it tested?
He updated his look. It's now just a beam.
Now this Dusty Rhodes, I like to check the dust on him.
Oh,
is that explosive remnants?
Dusty Rhodes.
Thermite Rhodes.
They should check the lumps on his body.
Yeah, I know what's going on there.
See what he's hiding.
I'm sure it's explosive. What's next week's?
We don't know what next week's is?
Gotta, come on.
You saw the show. What was the coming preview?
You think I remembered? I fucking tuned that out of my head in a second. I don't know.
Piss coming out of my eyeballs.
Yeah, I gotta take a leak.
All right, yeah,
we got
go
reads
home.
to do too. Yeah, figure it out yourselves, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll do another one of these next week.
Of course we will.
Big Mama Prods, thank you.
Yes.
Why not?
Oh.
Seems like a good place to end it, right?
Well, thank you for having me.
Patrice O'Neill,
Absolutely, Patrice.
Still lonely. I'm coming back tomorrow.
Thank you, my friend.
If
You're
you want,
welcome.
You're more than welcome.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
We got some lawman shit to do.
I'm lonely.
Yeah. Oh, what is it? Harp on global warming.
Oh, wow. Imagine the wrestlers trying to figure out the global warming thing.
Global warming, earthquake, and typhoon.
Typhoon.
Oh, this is perfect. Start working on your lines for next week, boys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.